Councilors, I want to remind you to practice the form of view, the eyes right. Councilors, bring the large envelopes back to Randy Lifford. And I have the finalists for the Superintendent of Board of Education. Three are Bradley Bamarto, Ozan Ozbecker, and Andrew Benzara. Tella. We have a morning speaker. Can you guys please close the doors? Our morning speaker is Ryan Cox, who's a citizen at Mountaineer Boys State in 2005. Since his citizen year, he has come back to volunteer at Boys State 7 times. He is from Morgantown, West Virginia, and graduate of West Virginia University. During his junior year at WVU, Ryan weighed over 400 pounds. But over the past 5 years, he has battled back against the weight issues, and today is clearly winning. Since starting his weight loss journey, he has reached goals that many thought were impossible. He traveled to southern Chile to trek through the mountains of Patagonia. He has hiked through the Grand Canyon, and now Ryan is a personal trainer where his main focus is on working with individuals who need to lose weight. Ryan is my good friend and an inspirational guy and a great story of self-conquering. He's passionate about helping others work through their problems, and by leading them from the front, he is going to make West Virginians look forward to a healthier and more sustainable future. Let's give Ryan Clark a big round of applause.
All right, thank you, Art. I appreciate that. So, it's my great privilege today to address you fine young men. I want to open with a simple but impactful quote from a real-life mountaineer, Sir Edmund Hillary. Hillary was an Englishman and the first mountaineer to summit Mount Everest. He proclaimed after reaching the top that it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. As Art described, I've come a long way. I've been blessed to accomplish many goals that even I once thought were impossible. But I have a long way to go to reach the summit, as do all of you. I love West Virginia. I was unable to make Boys State the last couple years, and absence does indeed make the heart grow fonder. And being back, I'm more confident than ever that Boys State is one of the finest institutions in West Virginia. I look out at this crowd and I see limitless talent and a future full of unrivaled accomplishments. However, it saddens me. It saddens me to realize that many of my closest friends that I sat next to here as a citizen in 2005 have chosen to pursue careers and take their talents to other states and different cities. President Gee touched on this point last night. But I see the problems West Virginia faces, and I cannot simply pack my bags and leave. I believe it's my responsibility to work with our communities, our cities, and our state to find lasting solutions to these problems. West Virginia can no longer afford to export its talent. I choose to stay, and I hope you all will too. Responsibility, you've heard this word many times, but I want you to truly understand the essence of what this word means. Response and ability, that is the breakdown of responsibility. And talent is a terrible thing to waste. So if you have the ability, it's your duty to respond. Responsibility is your personal duty. Please let that sink in. I'm an optimist and I'm a dreamer, but I stay grounded and keenly aware of the reality. Yesterday morning and afternoon, I heard our speakers mention West Virginia is a great state. And I'm sure you'll hear this phrase again and again. However, the reality is we have years of work if as a collective and a state we want to be great. At the end of 2015, these were the facts about West Virginia. In regards to our citizens' health, we are dead last, 50th, when it comes to the rates of diabetes, drug-related death, heart disease, heart attacks, and high blood pressure. We are 49th and 48th when it comes to the obesity rates, cancer deaths, fruit consumption, and high cholesterol. Economically, 25% of our children live below the poverty line. We are 49th in median household income and per capita individual income. The reality is West Virginia is struggling. I have known struggle. I struggled to create and act upon new habits to lose weight. The struggle to make the healthy and sustainable decisions. The struggle with systems and our approach to health and wellness. But in these problems lies opportunity for all. Opportunity for great is real, and it is now, and every one of you plays a part in the solution. I see the greatness when I look out upon this room. I remember how I felt as a citizen, and I'm sure y'all are feeling a budding sense of tomorrow. The future is bright for you all. It is your responsibility to take action on your dreams, use your talents, and create a future where West Virginia's greatness cannot be questioned. I've made it my life's work to work towards this type of future for West Virginia. After I lost 200 pounds, I had a renewed sense of self and purpose. I knew I wanted to help people in my community achieve their goals of losing weight and becoming healthier. So while working at a Nemacolin resort, I became a certified personal trainer in the evenings. I interned under a former NFLer turned personal trainer, Will James. I learned the skills that I needed to work towards my goal of more effectively helping others. And given the rates of obesity in West Virginia, I knew I'd have a lifetime worth of work. Feeling healthy and having energy is something we naturally take for granted. I'm sure a lot of you do. But speaking from experience, when you are overweight and obese, everything is more difficult. So if you know someone who's struggling, or you yourself are struggling with weight issues, there is hope. It's a long-term mindset to reach a healthier weight, but the decisions we make today can certainly create a healthier tomorrow. In today's complex world, there are very few things that you have full control over. However, what you choose to put in your body is one of them. However, the real and lasting change will not occur until you take unconditional responsibility for the situation you find yourself. This is true for health, this is true for personal relationships, and in fact it's true for nearly everything in life. Unconditional responsibility is a choice, and it's a mentality, and it is fundamental to personal development. Increasingly sedentary lifestyles, coupled with the abundance of processed carbs, sugary snacks and drinks, fast foods, junk foods, these are the two main reasons why we're in the midst of an unprecedented problem in this country. Many of West Virginia's health rankings I mentioned earlier could be decreased or prevented entirely by avoiding the aforementioned behavior in foods. We must replace these disease-causing foods and focus on diets consisting of nutrient-dense foods. We must practice 30 minutes of daily exercise like it's our religion. If you have any doubt, my transformation is number one proof that this prescription works. It takes time, planning, effort, and determination, but so does anything in life worth achieving. And to prove that, I'm going to discuss the birth of our great state. In 1863, with the Civil War raging on and sovereignty declared by Abraham Lincoln, our ancestors knew the struggle of statehood. The mountains and isolation of our young state forced the actions of our founders to embody the qualities of efficiency, innovation, and self-sufficiency. These were necessities of daily survival. And today the state is fighting for survival once again. This week, the House of Delegates is working towards passing a budget that in effect will cut $10 million from the Infrastructure Development Fund and pull $64 million from a rainy day fund. Now that money is gone, never to come back. Senate Minority Leader Jeff Kessler, who just ran in the Democratic primary for governor, was quoted on Saturday about the budget. He said it's not a perfect solution to many of the woes in our state, but it is an attempt to plug some holes in a terribly sinking ship and hopefully give us some opportunities to right it in the future. Well, those are your opportunities, and you are the future. The future is all of our responsibilities, and it's our duty to make existing systems more efficient, to champion innovation, and to strive for more sustainable and a more self-sufficient state. Always remember your duty and responsibility. If you focus on this daily, I promise you will reap a lifetime of achievements and success. As a proponent of preventative health, I got excited hearing the Commissioner of Agriculture talk about the future of farming in West Virginia and making agricultural production a priority once again. 100 years ago, people got their food from local farms and local butchers. It was nutritious and natural, it was seasonal and fresh, and guess what? We didn't see the rates of diabetes we see today, or stomach cancer, or colon cancer, and heart disease. All these were lower 100 years ago than today. We need to get back to basics and make the majority of our diets consist of the whole foods God put on planet Earth for His people to eat. So in order to ensure that all of you live a long, successful, and rewarding life, I want to leave you with simple but effective tips that any of you can use any day to maintain a healthy weight and increase your energy. Basic but highly effective. You've heard it already this week. Stay hydrated. Drink 64 ounces of water a day because 83% of people in this country are chronically dehydrated. And when you're in a hot environment like we are right now, it's doubly important. Get 30 grams of protein 30 minutes after waking up. You can achieve this with 2 eggs and a glass of milk. You can achieve this with a protein shake, or you can achieve this with some of the high-protein cereals that are now available. This will give your metabolism a jump start and make you less likely to overeat later in the day. Take time every day to actively decrease your stress levels. Read a book. Take your dog for a walk. Meditate. Chronic stress has a cascading effect and can inevitably cause weight gain. Religiously get 30 minutes of activity. Practice portion control. I have some international friends who every time they sit down to a meal at a U.S. restaurant, make mention of how large the portions are. It is uncommon to see meal sizes anywhere else in the world like they're served here. So always take some home with you. And lastly, the more natural whole food that you can have in your diet, the healthier your weight and energy levels will be. That is guaranteed fact. So please take responsibility for your health. Learn from my mistakes. As I graduated high school and went to college, health consciousness was the furthest thing from my mind, and by my junior year I was certainly in a bad place, and the consequences of my actions had caught up with me. Take time daily to invest in your health. Take time to cook. Learn to cook if you don't know how. It's a skill that will serve you the rest of your life. Enjoy meals with your families. You're about to be seniors in high school. Take time and sit down with your mom and dad, sisters, brothers. Enjoy their company and enjoy a good meal. Create a diet and habits right now, starting when you go home, that are going to prevent disease instead of causing it in the long term. And with doing so, you'll experience benefits in all facets of your life. So lastly, if anyone has any questions or wants to discuss these ideas any further, please come and talk to me. I'd be happy to help in any way I can and share any more knowledge I might have. So in closing, I want to quote a great American, Thomas Edison. This man is like one of my top 100 favorite Americans ever. He was a champion of self-sovereignty, and he understood the power of innovation and efficiency. And he once said, if we all did what we were capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. So please, when you go home this week, shoulder the responsibility for yourselves, for your communities, and for the future of your state, and in the process leave everyone astounded. Thank you.
Men, I knew Mr. Cox when he weighed over 400 pounds. And I was seriously concerned for his health and well-being. I am very happy for what he's accomplished. I'm just very happy for him. And he sets a good example. His speech I found very informational. I'm 53 years old. I've been on the road to fitness all my life. And that's a rough road to maintain, the road to fitness. I did some bad things to my body over the years with over-the-counter pain meds and other bad things, caffeine. I was chasing the caffeine high, and about 2 months ago, because of stress and pressures, I collapsed at my house in a state of unconsciousness one Sunday morning, and because I hadn't taken care of myself. I had developed an internal bleed because of the over-counter pain meds and drinking a lot of pop during the day. So I started on a journey like Mr. Cox about 8 weeks ago, and I've been caffeine-free since, and over-the-counter pain med free, primarily ibuprofen, aspirin, and Excedrin, which I popped a bunch of those to get through the days ever since I got out of the hospital. So if you struggle with these things, there is some hope. Chris Sharp's another member of our staff, also struggled with weight issues, and it's another individual that's a lot healthier today. We got a lot of people on our staff with a variety of experiences. You could tap into these while you're here. Now on Sunday, I got up, talked to you guys first, right out of the gate. And I told you something. And I want to emphasize it right now. I believe everybody who participated is successful, whether you won or lost. And I want you all to give a round of applause for yourselves and others. Now, on Sunday afternoon when I spoke, I said at any moment in your life, you could have this. Does anybody know what that was? Any moment in your life, this is a beginning. Correct. This is a beginning. I latched on to these quotes throughout my life. This is what helps me get through life when I have struggles, and I've had them. This is a beginning. This is one of my quotes I latched on to. You all must know it's a beginning, for the greatness comes not when things go always good for you, but the greatness comes and you're really tested when you take some knocks, some disappointments, when sadness comes, because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain. We all end up in valleys sometimes, and we can work and get on the highest mountain. I love this quote. It's what I use to drive me. Always try to give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, there are others that may hate you. But if you hate them, you end up destroying yourself. That's what I use. I wish you all the best of luck today. We got a long day in front of us. After tonight, you guys are going to be cut loose to run this camp tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging in here with us through the 2 most challenging days. I'll give you your officer of the day, Art Zeckler. God bless you.
Thank you, Randy. Well, we have a couple good classes to go to.